Hey guys, Chung here. So a email got leaked of the new Phantom V or Phantom 5. Right now a lot of companies really like to use that V sign instead of the 5, like the Atomus Ninja 5. And yeah, this drone, I'm not quite sure if this is a real email or yeah, we're gonna look at if we can find clues in the image itself, if we can say this is real or not. What is quite interesting is that last year they were trying to release a Phantom 5, however they cancelled it. However, yeah, maybe this will be the same or with a total redesign. However, yeah, seeing the older design, we can also say what we can kind of expect to see. So on the image we can see it's yeah, have a date on it for 2020 on December. So in December we'll probably see a big announcement for this new drone. So let's go through the image itself. So first thing, yeah, the overall image of course looks like a photo of a screen of a computer, and we can kind of actually see the email, and it looks like it's the proper email from DJI. So if you already signed to like the DJI emails, you will actually get a DJI and then says e-news@e.dji.com, and it looks like it's that email, and it's correctly yeah, the email that you would get from DJI to get a lot of the new promo news. And yeah, looking at the bottom under the image, we can also see like the same yeah, disclaimer under it. However, the only thing would be missing is the download Android and Google or Apple iTunes or yeah, the apps buttons. But because this is probably just a test yeah, image they sent out to test for the email, yeah, it might have been yeah, without those under it, because it's right now just an image without much under it, without much text also. So it's just a test image, probably within the DJI office to see like if the image looks good. But yeah, looking at the image itself, it looks quite nice. The design of it, like having that sharp edge on top, and also the battery light lighting up. And yeah, not quite sure also like what color the new drone would be, because it's so dark. Maybe it's going to be like a black, maybe it's just light up slightly and that it would be the same as the before, the silver version. But yeah, what we can kind of say, like we don't really know if this is a real image or just somebody who took a lot of time to like fake everything of this. Yeah, what we can expect if we look at the older DJI Phantom 5 leaks, we can see that we would be getting like two different Phantoms, one with a zoom lens that is actually stuck onto the camera, and the other one will have a interchangeable lens mount. So the interchangeable lens mount will have a 1-inch sensor and also be yeah, able to get different lenses from 16mm, 24mm, 35mm and 50mm. However, we don't know if they already calculated the equivalent of it, because a 1-inch sensor will have like a 2.7 times crop, and if we still need to add the crop on top of the lenses, that would mean like those are pretty tele lenses. But I think they might have already calculated the equivalent to like a 35 or full frame sensor. So 16mm of course will give you a really nice wide field of view, enable you to capture like big buildings without having to fly too far. And of course like the 50mm give you like a nice yeah, not a extreme tele shot, but still a quite nice portrait shot for like if you need to film a person walking around and such. The interchangeable lens mount, it's not a existing interchangeable lens mount, so it won't be Micro Four Third or like the Nikon J mount. So it will be their own proprietary mount with also their own system how they link it up to, because you can see the electronic links that it's a very different from Nikon or Micro Four Thirds. Yeah, it having the 16mm, it will be much wider field of view than like your Mavic Pro 2, which have like the widest of 24 if you have the zoom version. But if you have the Hasselblad with the 1-inch version, that would be like a 28mm for your wide field of view. And yeah, for certain people, they feel the 28 is slightly too telly, that they need to fly too far away to get a shot of a building. Especially if you need to fly top down, sometimes you need to like fly extremely high, go beyond like the flight limits to actually capture a top-down shot. So yeah, having a wider field of view enable you to like not having to fly as far to get your shot. Also, I've been checking out patents of DJI when I did the video of the Pocket 2, and honestly I couldn't really find anything like relevant to the Phantom V, or actually recent yeah, patents that at least have something that looks like a Phantom V. And the closest thing I could find is a Phantom like yeah, drone with a phone gimbal under it. I'm not quite sure if they are really going to make this, because this is like a very recent patent that got published. And yeah, it is, I'm not quite sure if people really want to have their phone under a drone, especially if your drone crashes with your phone. You're going to break both of them, and that would be more painful than just only crashing your drone only. However, I can see like why they might want to put a phone under it, because right now you have like phones with 3 or 4 cameras, and you have like different focal length with like ultra wide and tele lenses on the phones. So instead of like having to design a camera that would fit under the drone, you could put your phone under it. However, of course, they could maybe try to design something that would be similar to the phones with multiple cameras, and actually design a drone with multiple cameras of multiple focal lengths, yeah, as a camera. However, I haven't found any clues or patents that would lead to that, but still it's something you might be able to hope for. But yeah, for the Phantom, we'll be expecting like a big sensor instead of small sensors though. But yeah, everything talked about here, you kind of need to take everything still with a grain of salt if they are really going to release anything on December, because last time they canceled it due to like yeah, people still wanting more about like the yeah, Mavic Pro, and possibly with this leak they were trying to see if people are still interested into the Phantom. And yeah, if there's a lot of yeah, talk about it, and a lot of like people really saying that they would like to have a new Phantom camera, that they might actually release it. But because the last time they feel like that a lot of people rather go for a foldable tiny drone like a Mavic, they kind of like cancelled the previous Phantom. If you are actually interested into like this Phantom V, what kind of specs would you be interested it to have, and also what kind of price point, and yeah, what kind of extra features? So please comment those here below, and yeah, if you have any questions also. And make sure to hit any of these buttons to watch also more videos on my channel, and also make sure to hit that subscribe button here below. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.